You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello and welcome back to another unboxing video. I am your host Joel. I'm one half of the Newlydeads, and we are doing this again in another new location. This is still in the house, but we're going to one of the additional shelves that we have for the media collection. So you can kind of see a little bit more of the house here than you may have seen in the past. Anyway, if you'd like to find out more about us, you can go to thenewlydeads.com and check out our blogs, our podcast that we do, our TV show that's on 4 different networks called Dollar Store Drive-In, where we find movies at Dollar Trees and other places, Goodwill, Salvation Army, etc. Stuff that we've never seen before, and typically horror, thriller, sci-fi. We then watch it and review it for you. It's a half-hour chat show. You can find it on all those networks I just had on the screen. And currently I'm in the middle of a project weekly, putting out all of the classic episodes, starting with episode 1. I'm up to episode 10 now. And every Friday, we'll put out a new episode there. So if you missed them when they first aired on the original networks, you can then go to YouTube, whoops, sorry about that, and watch them anytime you want, for as long as they're available. Also on our YouTube channel, we have our Sinister Snack videos and some follow us around, other unboxings, or just some other fun content to go check out. And I think that's the basic housekeeping. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns you'd like to reach out to us directly, please do so at contact@thenewlydeads.com, or head over to our Facebook page, where I'm very active and always on there. So you can reach us there at any time, and I'll be happy to respond to you and say, hey, what's up? So for today's video, Christmas just happened. In case you missed it, by the time you see this video, it'll be into January at that point, most likely. Hopefully not February. But anyway, one of the big things I got this year was 2 things, actually. Behind me, you may not be able to see it in the video here, but I have all of the Star Trek films, both the originals and the modern ones. I have all of the original series with William Shatner. I have all of the original animated series. And I was, working towards getting some of the other stuff that I've really enjoyed from the series. I'm a Star Trek fan ever since I was a kid. So this year, one of the things I asked for, didn't expect to get, but ended up getting, was this bad boy right here. Yep. You can see here, this is Star Trek: The Next Generation, the complete series. Now, what's interesting about this one is that occasionally, not very often, but occasionally you'll order something and you'll get a Canadian import, is what I'm guessing this is, because if you notice here, it has French and English on it. It also has French and English on the side, as well as on the back and on the set itself. So my guess is with some other imports I've had from Canada, I know I said that wrong on purpose, that they have had French and English both, since, they speak multiple languages there. Especially in the Quebec area, Montreal, etc. So anyway, I think that's what this is. It's not something that is going to make me want to send it back just because it has, 2 different languages on it. And I checked, all the discs and everything appear to be identical to the original release. So no harm, no foul. I'm just happy to have it. So this box set, well, just a little bit of history while I'm pulling this out here. So the original Star Trek: The Next Generation ran from 1987 to 1994. I remember watching it as soon as it started. My friend Chris and I, that went to grade school together, we were both Star Trek nerds, so we were really excited to watch it. And basically, it's set about 100 years after Captain Kirk's 5-year mission from the original series. There's a new generation of Starfleet officers set on the USS Enterprise D, who are on their own mission to go where no person has gone before. So this has had multiple directors in its run. There were 39 different directors listed on the Internet Movie Database of the 176 original broadcast episodes that were also on the original DVDs, and 178 syndicated episodes. So just a couple of people that I wanted to mention. I'm going to avoid the usual suspects here, but two people that I want to mention are Michelle Forbes, who played Ensign Rowe, who was in California, that I did an unboxing for recently. And she was also in True Blood, the series, which I have not watched, but my wife has seen. And at some point, I don't know, I may get around to seeing it. The other person I wanted to mention was Sal Rubinek, who was, I believe, Kiefer Fajo, who was also in True Romance, which is just a phenomenal Tony Scott film written by Quentin Tarantino. If you've not seen it, it's kind of the movie that started on me on my journey into film school, into film knowledge, into just becoming a lover and historian of all things, film and television. And he also was in Unforgiven. Just to name a couple things. He's a very well-known character actor and still working today. So just one little bit of trivia here. Sir Patrick Stewart, who played Jean-Luc Picard in the series, and Jonathan Frakes, who played William Reichert, are the only two actors to have appeared in all 178 episodes of the series, syndicated, or 176 DVD and original broadcast, depending on how you look at it. So anyway, all right. So this is one of those big, bulky boxes, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of. And this one does something I've never seen before that makes me even less of a fan, but I have it now. So whenever I want to watch it, no matter what, when, where, how, why, who, whatever, I have it. I also I'll go ahead and mention it in this video because I think, I don't know how to do an unboxing for it. One of the things I got is a region-free Blu-ray player. I kind of wish I would have, waited until the 4Ks came down and got a 4K region-free player. But I've already been able to play the things that are region B locked that I have, and it kind of opens up a whole nother world of things that you can get when you have a region-free player. Plus, it's really fast. It's a Sony. It works really well. I've only had one small hiccup with it, which, who knows, probably user error on my part. But so far, I'm loving it. Anyway, so in the set here, as you can see, you've got, the typical kind of carousel kind of thing. I don't know what you want to call it, where you can just kind of go between all the discs. And, there's so many episodes, you've got to have a way to fit them all into a box, right? Okay. So here's the thing that gets me. And is they're too deep. So there's no quicker way to scratch up your Blu-rays, DVDs, etc., than to have them layered up multiple discs upon each other. So, with that being said, it's even hard for me to get to the artwork underneath to show you what's there because, it means I have to take 4 Blu-rays out in order to show you that. So you'll just have to imagine that it's probably somebody from the Enterprise, and it's a cool picture of them. This is the second box here. This is the other half of the series. You've got, very similar packaging, just some different colorations. Got images, special features. This is pretty, decent in terms of that. With television shows, you're not always going to get a lot of additional stuff, but anything is something fun, and that's part of the reason I love Blu-ray as well. Is just the fact that it looks so nice, and it's something about it is that you do have all those bonus features, which if you are a deep diver like myself, there you go. So the other thing I got, also related, is, if you haven't already guessed it, the complete Picard series. This ran from 2020 to 2023. I think I said Star Trek ran 87 and 94, but just in case. Anyway, this is a follow-up series to Next Generation and Star Trek Nemesis that carries the story of Jean-Luc Picard forward in the next chapter of his life. This is a 3-season series. I've watched season 1 and 2. I've not gotten to 3 yet. I think partially because I don't want it to end because I really enjoyed it. But I had multiple directors. There were 11 that were listed out of the 30 episodes. It stars Sir Patrick Stewart, who you may remember from the X-Men films. He was also in Life Force, which is kind of a classic exploitation film. This also stars Jerry Ryan, who since I never really watched past Next Generation, I watched some of Enterprise, but most of the other series I didn't get into until this. So I wasn't really a fan. I didn't like or dislike her. So I saw her in this, and I get it now. She was great, but she was in Dracula 2000, which Dollar Shore Drive-In did an episode on that. She was also on the series Boston Public. A little bit of trivia here. This was renewed for a second season before the first one even aired. Shocker. So here's the back. This thing is great. It's got great special effects, a great cast. And again, you've got this, flippy book thing happening. Luckily with this, though, they're only one deep because, it's 3 seasons. So it's not nearly as in-depth. But there's Jean-Luc right there. I am very excited to finish season 3. I'm very excited to add this to the collection. So now I've got essentially, everything from day 1 up to the end of Next Generation. And then eventually, I'll have to maybe watch some of the other stuff and decide what I want to get. I know Deep Space Nine I've seen some of. I know that's got its fan base. Same thing with everything else that's come after. There's people that love or hate, et cetera, et cetera. But this was such a good show, and I'm excited to have it as part of the collection. So that is all I'm going to say. Again, my name's Joel. I'm one half of the Newlydeads. Please feel free to come back and check us out on the previous links that I mentioned, as well as on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're trying to grow the channel. That's one of my goals for this year, is to grow us a little bigger. Look for some stuff that we're doing with other channels out there, because we do occasionally do crossovers, promotions, whatever, that kind of go both ways. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. And I guess that's it. So don't forget that tomorrow is not guaranteed. So don't forget to unbox your heart. We'll see you next time.
Should be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween, the festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.